Hey guys, I hope you are doing well. So today we are going to start our web development using Python, and I'm going to start straight away. So first we are going to create a folder where we will have our code. So this is an introduction course to Python for web development. So after creating a folder called Flask, so I'm going to create a Python file within that folder. So I'll copy the directory, then I open the CMD, and then I cd into the directory I copied, Flask, and then within the Flask folder I am going to install the Flask Python library for web development. So pip install Flask, run the command. So after some few minutes it will be installed. So I have already installed it. So after installing Flask, as you can see, I have the Flask version 23.21. So what I'm going to do next is to create a Python file. So I'm going to open Notepad, and then I save the file Control S. I save it to the folder I created for Flask. So I'll name it as a hello.py. So as you can see, I have created it. So this is where we are going to create this is our first Flask app. So I'm going to open it using Sublime Text. So you can do all this after installing Python. So make sure you download Python from python.org and you install it. So this is my Sublime Text. So let me remove some of the files that I opened here. So I just want to have the one file that we have created. So yes, now we only have the hello.py file. So we are going to write our first code. So from Flask we are going to import Flask. So this is the first video on Python for web development in this series. So I'm going to have a variable app equals to Flask. So Flask is a function, so I'll have double underscore name. So let's define. So app root. So this is the Flask, the Python code that we use to root. So root is like the directory where we are getting the file that is interpreted on the web. So for this case we are having just a home directory, because so let's say if we add a HTML file, that will be the name of the HTML file where we have the backslash. So you must have at app.root, then you give the directory or the root. So let's have a function, define function called hello world. So our function will return something. So instead of, so this function, what it does will be rendered on the web. which was the main name of this tutorial. So we want what we have in Python code to be rendered on the web. So our function returns the string hello world. So if double underscore name dot double underscore name is equals to main, we are going to run the app. So app dot run. So let's remove that. So app dot run. Run is a function. So this is how we are executing the Flask code. So I'll go back to the CMD and then write I will now run the file. So Python, and then I have hello.py, that one. I'm now running the file from CMD. So just after some second it will execute. So you can see now it is running on port 500. So if I copy let me just copy the URL. And then I paste it over there. So you can see now we have rendered the string hello world. So this is basically the first thing. So the objective was that you know how to install Flask in Python. You learn about the app.root function, and then we define a function there, and then anytime you are execute the main.py, we use if double underscore name dot double underscore name is equals to main. We have app.run. That should always be the last line in your code. I hope you are able to follow along, and you've grasped what this means. So that's all. It's as simple as that. So in our next video now we'll see how we can do this using the HTML. We integrate it using the HTML. We can use CSS, we can use JavaScript. We integrate all of them with the Python using Flask, and then we'll do a project on Python Flask, or we'll come up with a recommender system. So ensure you subscribe and you turn on the notification button so that you follow along. Thank you.